The wheel technique is the topic I've talked about most on this channel out of everything, and there's a good reason for that. My goal in my teaching is always to help people to sound better, feel better, and prevent injuries at the same time. And the wheel is a powerful way to do that that's applicable in all sorts of musical situations. In this video, I'm going to show you how to learn the basics of the wheel pattern properly with a couple of simple exercises, and then I'll show how it works in some musical examples by Bach, Burgmuller, and Chopin. The wheel is a technique strategy that I learned from my main teacher, Marc Durand, at the University of Montreal. To sum it up in the simplest possible terms, the wheel turns side-to-side motion on the keyboard into smooth, curved, continuous arm movements. A classic exercise to show this clearly would be to play Hanon Study No. 1. Not that I recommend generally practicing Hanon studies, but if you are going to do it, then this completely changes the way you feel the movement. What the wheel does is it facilitates energy transfer from the arm into the fingertips. Since each finger is in a different place in the hand, we have to think about transferring the energy through individual lines of bones into the fingers. The wheel helps you move around the hand and find the individual alignments of each finger while maintaining smooth arm movements. In order to transfer energy from the arm into the fingers, the wrist has to stay close to its neutral position. The first exercise to learn the wheel technique is a broken 4-note chord, which creates a really natural shape for the hand, and it's a good way to feel it. The notes are A, C sharp, D sharp, and G. The first thing to do is establish the basic directions of movement, and that's going to be down and back on the thumb, forward and up on the pinky. Playing it with two hands in contrary motion is the best way to get started, and the movement sinks into the body well that way. Coming down and back on the thumb sends you under, so a bit lower, and then back with the elbows, like this. Then forward and up on the pinky takes you back up and over the keys to come around for the next thumb. It should feel like a smooth movement all the way around so that each part of the movement is connecting to the next. The placement of fingers 2 and 3 on the keys is a little bit different in each direction. So when I'm coming under, 2 and 3 are further back on the keys, and when I come over, they're further forward. Here's what it looks like from above. It can be good to practice the individual directions, so just coming thumb to pinky like this, and that way you give yourself a bit of momentum and you can come on and off the keys. That helps to connect the notes together. A mistake that I often see is that when people hear play the pinky up, they sometimes start too high. But if you start high, then you can't play up. So you need to actually start further back and lower than you think in order to play up on the pinky. And same thing for the thumb. You need to start high enough so that you can play the thumb down and back and still land on a supported position. You can use this movement with all sorts of different shapes, 3-note chords, or 4-note arpeggios. And it can be used in scale passages like in the Hanon study that I showed at the beginning. Everything I just showed is in contrary motion between the two hands, but you can of course go in parallel motion, and that's going to mean that the directions of the wheel are going to be opposite between the two hands. And of course, there are going to be many places in different kinds of repertoire where you can use this movement pattern. I'll go briefly through a few examples where it's particularly obvious. The A minor invention of Bach, first of all. The right hand starts coming under with a down and back on the thumb, back around over the keys, and then under again. In the left hand, you start the pattern on the E, coming up and over. Then most of this invention falls in the category of rotation technique, so it's important not to confuse the two. Even though a wheel might sound like it's related to rotation, it's not the same thing. Anything where the notes are going left-right, alternating, that's going to be rotation. Burgmuller's Etude, Opus 109, number 18. So the down and back takes you out and then back around. And a great example of something more advanced that works well for wheel technique would be Chopin's Etude, Opus 25, number 1. The pattern is most obvious in the left hand because the arpeggio just goes straight up and down. In the right hand, the notes alternate on the way down, and then they go straight on the way up. But the best way to deal with this is to focus on the larger wheel movement, especially the thumb to pinky direction. And then you let the alternating notes kind of fit into that. There is a lot to negotiate in this one with larger leaps and bigger intervals sometimes. But as I'm playing this, I'm always conscious of the basic wheel directions. So that's the wheel technique. I have several other videos exploring the wheel in different kinds of figures like scales, arpeggios, and other musical examples. So you can go to my channel and look for those if you want. Let me know if you try any of these things out, or if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments as always. Thanks for watching.